As it is said, one of the saintly people, he was passing by a palace of a king, and the king was indulged at that time in music, and women were dancing, and alcohol was being served, and other things were happening. The person who was passing by, he was a very high ranking saint. At that time he was in such a state that he said that I can hear these things and I can see these things are happening, and he did not think, oh, that is the king, they will hurt me, the army is there, the guards are there. He straightforwardly went there, he smashed the musical instruments, he smashed the bowls and the utensils and the container which contained alcohol, and everything stopped. Now the kings at that time were basically one man show. They were dictators. They would do whatever they want. They will kill thousands of people. There was no such thing as a government or anything as such. So whoever the king was there at any time, most of them would do whatever they want. Now this person did not fear at all the consequences. So the king was surprised himself as well. He said, the God went to catch and to chain that person. He said, leave this person. I want to ask this person a question, that people even tremble and shiver when my name is mentioned amongst them. When they see my army and guards, they tremble and they begin to fear. But what type of person is this, that he has come into my court in front of me and smashed things? And he does not, on his face there is no fear, there is satisfaction. What is it in you that you do not fear me? Don't you fear your death? The saintly person said to the king, he said, you tell me that if you have a slave and the slave have another further slave to him, so there is one slave and then the slave have another slave. He said, would you fear the slave of your slave? Would you fear the slave of your slave? The king said, no, I won't even fear for my slaves. Actually, let aside if they are slaves of the slave, further, I have no fear. He said, similarly, that is why I am not fearful of you as well, because I have brought the nafs into my slavery. The nafs is my slave. I don't do whatever my nafs says. I have brought it under my intellect according to the Sharia. So the nafs is my slave, and what you are doing, you are the slave of the nafs. So from my point of view, you are the slave of my slave. I do not need to fear you. So psychologically, I do not fear. I consider it correct actually to stop you from this evil, and I did.
Waiting for something to happen to me. But this waiting comes with trials and challenges. Nothing in life is free. My Lord, show me right.